All right, guys. Obviously, we'll tip our hat to Oklahoma State. Hard fought football game. They made some plays when they had the opportunity to make them. We had some opportunity to make some plays and we just didn't. So, with two really good football teams, you tip your hat to them. There's a lot of work for us to continue to do and grow, and obviously we'll continue to do that. So, with questions, go ahead.
Matt, I'm sorry, this is Randy. What you said you have areas to grow. What from today? What area do you think needs to grow?
Yeah,
From what you saw
I
today.
think just efficiency. I think in on defense, we there's two plays you'd like to have back. We didn't tackle very well early in the football game. We gave up a couple big plays, kind of let them off the hook, and then on the offensive side of the football, again, I think it comes down to efficiency. There were again we made some big plays, and then some opportunities where we had the ability to score and put points on the board. We didn't do that. So, we'll evaluate what those things are. I know I said this earlier this week. It's still really early when you think about it in the football season in a lot of ways. And we got to get those things corrected if we want to become the team we've got the ability to become.
Matt, you were able to move the ball down the field through the air on that last drive. But before that, the passing yards were maybe a little bit at a premium. What made it difficult to pass against that defense?
Well, you got to catch it. So that when you throwing the ball, you have to be able to catch it, and we didn't do that a couple times. So that was one issue. And then the second issue is you got to give those guys credit. I mean, there's a veteran secondary. Of the five secondary players, four of them are juniors and seniors, and they played a ton of football. So, I think you got to give credit where that's due as well, in terms of they made a couple plays on the ball. But, I think that it looks a little bit deceiving when you had the opportunity to make some catches and you didn't. And so I think that was a little bit of it as well. But, I think I'll know more of it after I watch the video, but that's certainly what it looked like.
What did you think of your pass protection?
Geez, that's about as aggressive as you're going to get. I think that pass protection, I think when you evaluate pass protection, you got to evaluate on first and second down, right? Not on third and 12. So, that's a good defense that can pressure you on third and long. They did that. I thought on first and second down, though, I thought they were pretty good for the most part. So, again, that'll be a really good evaluation from my end of it. I didn't think it was terrible, but like I said, I think when you put yourself in long distance against a very veteran defense, man, it's hard to protect and hold up forever against those kind of guys.
Coach, in the game, you had the drive where Greece had the long run,
Run,
and
and
it
it
ended
ended
in
in
the missed
the
field
missed
goal.
field goal.
How
How
tough was that?
tough
You
was it?
guys
You
had
guys
the half,
had
and
the
you go up
well
14-0
14-0 at that point, and then in the end, obviously, you got nothing. And I think Oklahoma State came down and scored. How big was that sequence at that time?
Yeah, I thought it was huge. I think that was, if you talk about a difference in the game, I think that was it's one of those moments where, it drastically alters, the game. And again, we get that tough penalty that moves us back, which, right or wrong, is a tough situation. And again, from our end of it, we don't put it in for a touchdown. That's tough. And obviously we know, Jared, you talk, it's 24-21. So not getting any points there obviously becomes the difference in the game.
Matt, what about the kickoffs? I mean, what do you do? You had the punt for a kickoff there. What's going on with the kickoffs?
I don't know what happened.
Well, when you didn't you punt once instead of kickoff?
We drop kicked, yes.
You drop kick. Okay. Oh, my bad. Okay. You drop kick. Okay.
Yes.
Does that okay? Does your kickoffs do your kickoffs need to consistently get into the end zone?
Well, yes, but you need a kicker that has the ability to consistently get in the end zone, and our kicker's injured, and Cameron's done a really good job, I think. I don't think that's been an issue at all, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Nine penalties today. How damaging was that at times?
Yeah, I think there were some, again, there were some circumstances in the second half where we got ourselves into either second and long and third and long, and you're flinching, and again, tacking that on to an aggressive defense, that can be tough. So I think some of those things were tough as the game went on. We got to continue to evaluate that, but again, I think putting ourselves in some tougher situations, and then compounding that with some tough penalties, it makes it really hard to have success in some of those critical moments.
Matt, what enabled Brees to have such a good game today against a defense that was only giving up 84 yards against Big 12, rushing yards against Big 12?
Yeah, obviously we know Brees is a really special player, and his ability to create big plays is outstanding. Obviously some of those yards came off of some big plays, and he was able to find that. I think the bigger thing for me is just the consistency of running the football wasn't as good as what we've had at times, and so we just got to figure that out. But again, I thought Brees was outstanding for the larger portion of the day.
Matt, you had mentioned drops in the passing game. Obviously, Charlie had the big one, but obviously you're going to catch that more times than not. I mean, what have you seen with those drops, whether it's today or in other games? Is there a common thread of?
Well, no, because I haven't seen him in any other games. But I saw him today, and I think the common thread, like I said, was challenge catches. Guys that made some plays on the ball from their end of it, and you gotta win in some of those tough situations. And there's not just one person today. That was collective. A couple balls where we had the opportunity to make a play or make a catch, and we didn't make it. And again, those inches are what, when you're playing another really good football team, those are the inches you got to win. And like I said, that's the first time that I really saw that, and we'll have to go back to work on it and continue to try to correct those things.
You talk about Xavier's improvement every game. Like you say, every game, every practice, every rep. You want to see some improvement. Well, I'm guessing you've seen that improvement from Xavier. I certainly have. Can you just talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, again, Randy, I think it goes back for me to just his work ethic. I mean, he's a guy that really comes to work with a sense of purpose every day. And, I do think we have a lot of those guys in our program, and X is certainly one of them. And, I think as he continues to settle in offensively, as he continues to settle in terms of positional football, I think you're starting to see a guy that's becoming very confident. And usually when you have that kind of skill and the work ethic behind it, you start to reach your full potential. And I think X is just really starting to get there right now for this team. But he's been outstanding for us.
How do you feel about the player your defense today overall?
Say that again, Jared. I'm sorry.
How did you feel about the play of the defense overall?
Again, I think there were times where, it's like our whole team, right? The defense, the offense, the special teams. Like, there's moments of outstanding and there's lulls. And, I think the reality for the entirety of the team is you can't have lulls. And so, offense, defense, special teams, everybody included, looks exactly the same. And, I think where we have to iron out our team if we want to become our best is we got to get rid of the lulls. And, we had them in every phase of the game today, and unfortunately those lulls caught us.
I'm done. I'm good. I'm done. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, guys.